everyone, today I'll be reviewing the Klaus Family 2 just dropped on Netflix. So I really liked the Klaus Family movie. I thought that movie was really very good. Overall, it was very entertaining, and especially the audience it was made for. Overall, it was really well made. So when I heard they're making second one is coming on Netflix, of course I was really excited to see. So what do I think about this movie? I think this movie, who liked the first one, which is many people did like the first movie. So this movie, it tried to, expand the next story of Jules Klaus, his life. Like now that he's taking over his responsibility from his grandpa in this movie, who is Noel, and they are getting ready for the busiest time of the year, Christmas time. They are granting all these people wishes, present, and everything. All the old cast is back here, all these elves, and when he gets this special letter from this special girl who's wishing very complicated thing for the Christmas, what Jules try to do in this movie, that's what this movie is about. Like, he tried to grant this little girl's wish, and her wish is really very difficult. And when he tried to grant it, he has this confront with his grandpa, who think you shouldn't do that. And in this movie we see they grow apart, and we see they're trying to do their own stuff separate way, and which does create some tension between all this character and all these elves they were back. I must say, in this movie the elves, they have more screen time than the last one, which I didn't like. Some of these elves are really annoying, and one lady in particular, she's really annoying, and I'm like, what are you doing in this kids movie? She's trying to have this relationship with the men elves, and I was like, I didn't like that storyline. We don't need that in a kids movie. And I guess the grandpa and the Jules relationship, how it comes together at the end of this movie, I thought it was sweet. However, this movie, I don't get it. Why they try to grant this complicated wish about parents getting back together, which is, again, I do see why this story is here, because many people do wish that this movie tried to do that. But again, divorced parents are so hard. This movie tried to showcase that, and many kids' life is like that, going to this parent's house, then the next parent's house, and there's always tension. And Jules is trying to grant this wish. It really feels very silly for me personally. I wish the story was something else, but they chose to tell this story. Something like, and although they did pick this complicated story too, they're trying to, get together their parents. But I think this movie done a good job telling the story. Like, you can't always fix everything. So that is I really liked, I guess. It's really hard for me to not like this movie. As I said, the first movie I really like. But I have to be honest here, this movie isn't as charming as the first one. So I did feel like some dialogue here and there, that some of this dialogue didn't work. They're not that good. Especially Jules, whenever he was, like, one scene he was talking to his mom, and I'm like, yeah, this movie's, it's not as good as the first one, but if you like the first one, you will like this one too. Although the story itself is not very, as I was saying, engaging. But overall, it is still a good story about Jules Klaus, his next step of his life. That I thought it was okay, but it's not going to be for everyone. People who didn't like the first one, they will not like this one. And if you like the first one, you will say it was okay. It's not bad. I don't mind to see the third one if they are making. I do think they will be making, because these movies are hit actually on Netflix. Every time they drop, I see them trending. So I do imagine they'll be making the third one. I personally don't mind. And that was my thought on this movie. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this movie? If you enjoyed about this review, don't forget my other reviews on other Netflix movies. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.